Guys, good morning. It's another new day, and we are bringing you a fresh vlog from a place called this place here. This one, Aboretum, Kajokoby. Aboretum, Kajokoby is a place in Seme. Seme is in Kisumu County, on the road from Kisumu to Bondo. Before you reach Kombewa, you turn right, the only tarmac road at that place, and that is where you'll find this Aboretum Kajokoby. Let's go inside. That's how the gate looks like. Let's go inside and see what we can see. Okay guys, this is Aboretum Kajokoby, and this is how it looks like. We enter here. Aboretum Kajokoby is a place, a residence of my friend. You're going to meet him with his family, and they'll tell you more about this place. But it's a very interesting place. Look at that. Here is how you get in through this gate. There's the main gate, and then this one, and then walk in this way. Looks quite good. They are going to tell us how they made this place, what plans they have, and also tell us how one can make their own place look like this. So there are so many plants here, but we are going to hear from them. So this is Aboretum Kajokoby, and we are going to meet my friends. This is their home, and therefore they'll show us around and tell us what is going on. Okay guys, this is JP once more. I told you I'm going to visit some friends, and I've arrived in their place. I showed you at the gate. There's that signpost that you saw, Aboretum. I'm at Aboretum, and with me I have two very nice friends. Just introduce yourself, my brother.
Hello, my name is Obiero of Aboretum Kajokoby.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that is Obiero.
And I'm Hilda Obiero of Aboretum Kajokoby.
Okay, thank you. Now, guys, I came to visit these two, and right now I'm seated at their veranda. This is their house, as you can see. Very nice house, and it has a lot of nice surroundings. Those of you who love nature, I think you have arrived. So, my brother,
Yes.
please tell us more about this place.
Well, the story of Aboretum Kajokoby is a long story, but we'll try and keep it short because basically this place doubles up not just as the Aboretum, but is also our home.
Okay.
This is where we live. So we actually live within the Aboretum.
Okay.
And the inspiration behind the Aboretum was we realized that one is that there's a lot of loss of trees. People were cutting down trees for charcoal and for different things. But most importantly, we were losing indigenous knowledge, which was embedded within the trees. And so we figured out, why don't we try and bring back some of the trees, and some of those trees bring with them the indigenous knowledge? Because since we started growing the trees, we started off just by growing indigenous trees. So we'd go to nurseries and ask for, do you have indigenous trees? And that's a different story, because we found that a lot of nurseries don't have indigenous trees. And so we started planting indigenous trees and shrubs and flowers. And we then found that there are people who knew more about the trees and their use that started educating us about the trees and the use. And this was the traditional knowledge. So people started telling us there are trees which were used medicinally, and there are specific trees that were used for building and for making tools, and they were used for shade, and there were some specific trees that people sat under when they were doing sacrifices, prayers, and there were trees that were used for fodder, and there are trees which were very good because they attracted birds and butterflies. And so we just went into it, and slowly by slowly, we started growing the different trees. And then we figured out, because people would come and they got interested in indigenous trees. And so we figured out we need to have a nursery. And so we extended the Arboretum. And so we've got what we call Tiayen nursery. Now, Tiayen basically means the root of trees, but it also means in Luo, the meaning of trees. And so that is basically the story of this place. And it is our home. We've been here for about 13, 14 years since we set up this place. And it was farmland. There was basically nothing on it. So all the trees, apart from a few, are actually the fruit of our labor.
Okay.
We have planted them.
Okay. Now, Hilda,
Yes.
say something about Aboretum. You are
Well,
the co-owner.
I am co-owner of Aboretum,
Co-creator.
co-creator. Aboretum just grew organically for our love for trees, and we started growing trees, like Kobe has said. And, we just kept going. And we realized, actually, most people, when they're doing their landscaping, they prefer to do alone, and what are they called, palm trees, and but as we chose a different path, and realized actually it also gives a very interesting landscape. So we just started growing different trees, and different trees that give they have varieties in terms of their leaves, their canopy, the colors, the shapes, the what. So we just went on, and it became all covered in about 13 years with trees. And anywhere that has trees, a variety of trees, an arboretum.
Yeah.
So that's how the arboretum started.
Okay, guys, you've heard from the two of them. And I can just assure you, you're going to see very good things here. I think it is important to take care of our trees, especially the indigenous ones. My brother, I think you let me know that there is tomorrow. What is happening tomorrow?
15th is actually the International Indigenous Tree Day. And so on the 15th, people are encouraged to plant, not just plant trees, but to plant indigenous trees. Because a lot of our indigenous trees are getting lost. People plant trees, but they usually do exotics. Now, exotic trees are not bad, but indigenous trees have grown up in that environment, and they also live symbiotically with the birds and the insects, and basically the flora and the fauna live together. And therefore, when you plant indigenous trees, what you're actually doing is you're supporting an indigenous ecosystem, which makes it possible for that symbiosis to continue. And so you have the indigenous and also migrating birds are able to be there, the different bugs and things. And the trees talk to each other. People who know about trees know that trees talk to each other. And it's easier when they talk to each other when they're indigenous, because they speak the same language.
Okay, that is interesting. I hope we'll find some trees talking. We'll have to see that. I think then we can take a walk. You show us a bit of this place, but I am impressed by what I'm seeing. I've been here before, guys, and I can assure you there's a lot to see. So where do we start? From Obi?
Well, we can start. There's a way in which sometimes we like to do the visit, and it's a way that the place, the arboretum is split.
Okay.
Around here, which is around our house, as you can notice, the house can hardly be seen because of the trees.
Yes, I can see that.
And we've incorporated some of the trees into the house.
Okay.
And around this place, which is really Hilda's domain.
Okay.
Because it's got more flowers than anything else, because flowers is the other thing that we do big time. So you notice we've got all these flowers.
All over there are flowers,
and she knows a lot more about flowers than I do. So when it comes to talking about flowers, so when we start around the house and we're talking about flowers, I defer to her.
Okay, Hilda, tell us about your flowers.
Well, flowers are beautiful because they give you flowers. They lighten up the place, and they have aroma. So in terms of enhancing aromatherapy, and enhancing what they call the phytosides,
Phytosides,
that aroma that trees and plants give, you know, they enhance that.
And I notice you have enough, more than enough here. Others
Yeah,
are sitting on seats. Can you just show us some of them? Maybe by their names?
This is a philodendron.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a calancho,
Okay.
pinata.
Okay.
It's medicinal.
This one, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good for the throat actually. This one is a geranium, lemon geranium.
Okay.
It's got a very
I
nice
have
scent.
this. I have this
You
in
have
my
it?
place
Yeah,
in
it-
Nakuru.
It is a mosquito repellent.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so these are just droopers.
Uh-huh.
So we love to put all sorts of flowers. These are folias.
All right.
That's a bromeliad. So we collect different flowers.
Wandering Jew.
Uh-huh.
Wandering Jew.
In fact, it looks very nice, I must say. This is something. Now, how would you get these flowers and know which one goes where? Because I hear there are flowers for indoors, others for outdoors.
Yeah,
How would you tell?
It's just a question of walking around and asking, you know, at the tree nurseries. And some of them, of course, you get to learn online.
Okay.
So when you come across it, you know this one will go under, you know, in the house.
And is this a hobby you acquired, or you went to school and read about them?
No. This is just something. It's a hobby.
Okay.
You can call it that.
My brother here.
But there's a lot of reading that we have done to educate ourselves about not only trees and flowers,
Okay.
but also the combination. Because, like you notice, you mentioned good for this and good for that, and especially the medicinal aspect of it. A lot of it is things that there are two ways. One are the things that we learn from local people. They come and
Okay.
they tell us about them.
Okay.
But then we also go online and study.
Yeah,
and
to
so
find more knowledge.
To find more knowledge and information, and also the way the science backs up a lot of the traditional knowledge.
Okay, I can see there's a guava tree here.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a guava tree. I see some very ripe guavas here, like this one here, this one here, and others, many others. So, when you plant this guava tree, is there any particular reason why it is here and not further away from the house?
There is. There were two things that guided the way that we planted some of the trees. A lot of the fruit trees, we plant them not very far from the house. So you notice there's a guava here, there's a mango there.
Okay.
There are a couple of fruit trees near the house, because basically what you say is that you just want to walk out of the house and sometimes they just pluck
Pick,
an
and eat.
extremely fresh fruit
Okay.
and eat it.
Ah,
So you put
I get
here.
it, I get it.
But then the other thing which is important is that some of the plants that we put, we need to make sure that the roots are not the kind of roots that would interfere with the foundation of the
Oh,
house.
okay,
So
okay.
the guava,
So
the mango,
they
they're
don't
kind
have
of okay.
very
The roots are not so
lo-
invasive.
okay.
But for other trees, we'll put them slightly further.
Further from
And so
the
this is where the information has to come in when people plant trees.
Hmm.
They need to know, is this one the type that you'll have a beautiful shade right
Hmm,
outside my house? Because you could have one like that one and then it messes up your house, you know?
Yeah.
Could be
Okay.
beautiful but dangerous.
We are,
Okay.
yeah, we are very particular.
So
in,
from here we have seen the flowers. Where do you want us to go?
Well, I think we will go
can
this
go
way.
Yeah,
around
let's
this
go this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as we move along, you notice that around the house,
Hmm.
the emphasis is very much on the aesthetics, the
Yeah.
beauty,
Yeah.
and that's why a lot more of the flowers,
Yeah.
because of the color and everything. And you can notice different.
Yeah.
You know, this was called oyster something,
shrimp.
Okay.
The shrimp,
shrimp
plant.
something,
Mhm.
and then this one,
Yeah,
This one
these
is
are very beautiful.
Ponytail palm.
ponytail palm,
Okay.
and then we've got a different palm over
Queen's
there.
palm.
And then we've got different lavenders and rosemaries
Okay,
and
okay.
spice trees, and so here basically the focus is on aesthetics, because what you want to walk out of the house in the morning and see something of beauty,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. So
Not only that, if there are fruits here, I'm sure birds will come here.
if
And
you
the
look at,
singing is
if you look
something.
at the guavas out there, that's
Yeah.
why we just leave them.
Yeah, they are
Most
eaten
of
by
them, you
birds.
notice they've been eaten by birds.
Okay, okay.
Actually, this particular area is it's a bird watching. We set up this
Oh.
place because like birds really.
Can
have
we
a-
go and see it? Let's go over there and see.
It's a bit quiet now, but in the morning
Yeah.
they get very busy.
Do you feed them or how do you attract
Oh
them?
yeah, we have a.
Oh,
bird,
there is a place.
bird bath and
Yeah.
a bird feeder on the other side.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and we'll probably add some more.
Wow, this is interesting. Guys, definitely you are learning something. You can see how these things are planted. They are not by chance. You see, oh, this is a place where you can sit.
We call it a chill place.
Chill
Like
place.
we mentioned one of the things about what they call tree bathing. And the tree bathing is basically where you sit around where there are trees. The trees send out some scent, which is really the way of trees protecting themselves.
Okay.
But science has shown us that that has a benefit for humans.
For human beings.
So when you just sit around here, for example, if you're feeling a bit of stress and you've got a high blood pressure,
You can
just
sit here and
come
meditate.
and meditate and listen to the wind through the
Yeah,
trees,
yeah.
listen to the birds. But again, you're asking about how to plant the trees.
There's a good canopy. Yeah.
Exactly. Now what we do here is we combine different trees that give different levels of canopy.
Okay.
So that you have here Terminalia catapa
Okay.
together with Terminalia mantali.
Okay.
When
And
come
they even
together-
have names.
Yes.
Wow.
They have names.
Terminalia catapa.
Terminalia catapa.
Indian
this one is
almond.
Terminalia mantali.
Okay, there's another one here.
Yes. So
Okay.
so when you notice
We
the
normally
names,
call this
Terminalia,
one umbrella tree.
People call it umbrella tree. so when you notice
It has a scientific name.
when you notice the terminalias
Yeah.
tend to form a nice canopy together.
Oh, yes, yes.
Because the mantali goes much higher
Higher.
than this one, which is also a fruit, by the way.
This one, yeah.
Indian almond,
Okay.
kungu. In
Oh, this is the kungu tree.
Yes.
Okay, I
And
can see
now-
some kungu up there.
Yes. And on this other side, you find this one, which is called olwa,
Okay.
which grows very tall.
Uh-huh.
So it provides a third level of cover.
Oh, okay.
So when you sit here at any time
Yeah.
during the day, the sun is bright, but you will not feel
Yeah.
the heat from the sun because
I
you're kind
can-
of protected.
I can see that already because it's midday now
Yes.
and the sun is hot definitely. But inside here it is cool,
The combination.
which is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the chill
birds,
area.
The birds also love
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely they would love some
So
shade.
the chill area, you combine different kinds of trees which give you different levels of canopy so that this now becomes a beautiful shaded place where
Okay.
if you need to say
And what is in this?
that is what we call Bactocera.
Okay.
Now this is an organic way of dealing with fruit flies. So
Oh, okay.
this thing is kind of like a hormone that attracts the male
Okay.
of the fruit fly.
Okay.
So when it goes in there, it's killed off
Okay.
and it's not able to mate, and
Oh.
therefore it's a way of protecting
Okay.
without spraying, because most of what we do, we don't
You
use
don't use
pesticides.
chemicals.
So
Okay.
we try and use
Okay, let's
organic
move
way of
on
doing
maybe
it.
to another place.
Yeah. So this is one of the chill places.
Okay.
So you notice there's an element of the aesthetics, but also the different trees.
Yes.
But one thing that you notice, which was important, is the labeling.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why we do the labeling
Yeah.
is because, like we said, this is an arboretum, so it's
Okay.
a place for learning.
Okay.
And we noted, for example, that when young people come,
Uh.
like people know about the mango,
Yeah.
but the name is Mangifera indica.
Oh, that is the.
So that's the scientific name.
Scientific
But the
name.
Mangifera indica makes you understand that the mango basically originated somewhere in India.
Oh, okay.
But importantly is that when we were studying biology,
Uh-huh.
these names kind of sounded very Greek to us.
Okay.
But later on, when now young people come here and they notice, oh, Mangifera indica, it's kind of exciting because then they relate it to a tree
Oh.
and the mango which they know.
Okay.
So they get to learn more about the science. So
Very
maybe science was
interesting.
taught that way.
Okay.
We'll do much better.
Okay. That is nice.
Yeah.
So.
So
Okay.
around the house, as you can see,
uh
the house is kind of really nice and well hidden because this place gets hot.
Yeah.
So the idea was to kind of provide it with some kind of natural cover.
Oh, okay.
And this is something that,
Okay.
we try and encourage people.
This is
when-
Hilda's work, isn't it?
to a large extent.
Yeah, she's the one.
Combined effort.
Flowers, okay. He
Yeah.
says it's combined effort, but I
So the
know.
combination.
I know she must be behind this.
Yeah. So instead of going for air conditioning,
Uh-huh.
what you do is that you just deal with the sun,
Mhm.
the heat in such a way so that
Okay.
it's not
And how do you
only-
pick the plants to put here?
This to a large extent is aesthetic, but when it comes to the design,
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, but like Kobe said, you need to know what to put near the house. So
Okay.
near the close to the house, we put mainly aesthetic flowers and also shrubs.
Okay.
You know, things that you know that the roots won't penetrate and go
Wow,
and mess up your
yeah.
foundation.
I'm seeing
Yeah,
that.
so that even in the landscaping, there are levels. You know, things are just not grown like that randomly.
Okay.
You have to have different levels
Okay.
so that you know, very close to the house, you know, there are things that won't mess up the house.
This is something you just think about or you learn?
She's an artist by training.
Oh, you are trained
She's
in
a
this.
bit of an
No
artistic
wonder.
look into the whole thing.
No
but it
wonder.
can be done.
Okay,
by virtually
okay.
anyone can do this. But
maybe
yeah.
we can walk
But
on.
sometimes
and
back
see.
we also embrace what is called permaculture. You know, it teaches you how to grow what.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
food crops, you grow them. The ones you use often, you grow them nearby.
I have
go
recently
further.
grown this one. I
Hibiscus.
can see some birds inside here.
birds.
They
Enjoy.
love it in the
Ah.
morning.
So around here, before we move away, if you just pan this way. So what we have here is a kind of a small beginning of some kind of a forest with a combination of flowers
Okay.
and different kind of
Oh
trees.
yes. I
And
can
then
see.
we've got some of those Madagascar kind of cycads.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is a combination of different flowers and trees. But around here, we put near the house the ones which don't grow very tall. You can notice the tall ones are way behind.
Yeah.
Because then you want to be able to see something, but then you need a place at which then your sight kind of gets stopped.
Okay.
So that you
okay.
can concentrate on what you have here.
Oh, okay.
But in this whole mix here, we've got so huge a variety of different trees, you know, from the African olive, and we've got some avocados there, we've got coffee.
Oh yes, this is coffee, guys. Look at this. The coffee is here and it is now, is this
We just harvested this one.
you have harvested?
Yeah.
Okay, this is
we
coffee.
make our own coffee.
Which
and
type
we
of
find
coffee is this?
It's Arabica.
This is Arabica coffee.
Yeah.
Wow, and you harvest and make your own coffee.
We do make our own.
Wow, this is how the coffee bean looks like
Yeah.
when it is fresh
So
from
the
the
coffee
tree.
bean, you know, if you want to tell that it's ripe,
This is the bean.
this is
itself.
the bean.
Okay.
But you know, this is also very interesting because not only is it sweet,
Okay. It is sweet.
but it also makes some very nice tea.
Okay.
In a lot of places, I think people throw it away. But they didn't know
Interesting.
that. Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you dry the beans and grind them.
We dry the beans and they
roast
grind them.
Roast
it, and
them,
make our own
okay.
coffee.
This is avocado.
That's avocado.
At least that one I know. Okay, we can move on and see.
Camphor,
Mm-hmm.
fig leaf,
Wow.
and then here we've got this tree here,
Mm-hmm.
Abdelia quazensis or mahogany bean,
Okay.
otherwise called mbamba coffee.
Oh, this is the Mbamba coffee.
This mbamba coffee is typically found at the coast,
Okay.
and in some of the books they say only grows at the coast.
Oh,
But look,
it is grown here. How?
yeah, we've got
What
it
is
all
the
of them.
magic?
there's no magic. Part of what we do here
Okay.
is what we like calling myth busting.
Okay.
So when you find people say only grown at the coast, then we started with
You plant it here and it grows.
planted it here and it's
Interesting.
here. So it has proven that
Interesting.
it can actually grow here.
Oh,
Yes.
does it have fruits or what?
Bamba coffee, I think after many years, because I've seen in books that they do talk about.
Can see it's called Lucy bean.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does produce some
My
fruit.
sister-in-law Lucy, I know you are watching. Lucy bean, your bean is here.
And then,
Mbamba
of
coffee.
course, right behind you, some food crop.
Oh, this is
So when you talk about food forest,
avocado. Yeah.
avocado, this is a Hass avocado.
Okay.
Here, what we have is a jackfruit.
Jackfruit, I know this one.
Stafeli,
Uh-huh.
you know, and here several.
So here
Bamba
is
coffee.
it's fruits.
This is a combination.
Mainly,
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we've got obeir.
Ober is this one.
Obeir is this
An
tree
indigenous
over here.
You talked
This is,
about this ober. I
Obeir.
wanted to know what ober is.
This one is obeir. It's called Abdesia coriaria.
Ah, okay.
Now this is an interesting tree. If people use it a lot for when they are ripening bananas,
Hmm.
but it's also medicine for a lot of STIs.
Okay.
Gonorrhea and syphilis.
Oh.
It's treated using this.
Okay.
But it's also good medicine for malaria.
Oh, okay.
So
How do you, is it the bark?
No, that we don't reveal. Because we do the treatment.
Oh, you do that? Wow. Okay.
But you know, another very interesting medicine is this.
This is pili pili.
Pili pili.
Pepper.
Very,
The tiny,
very, very potent.
tiny
medicine.
African one.
So not only is it here because it's used for cooking, but it's also highly medicinal.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So what I'm gathering is that you also do some treatment here.
We do.
Okay.
We don't say.
Okay. You do commercial or for friends like me? Okay.
This is the iodine tree. Now this is the iodine that's when you go to hospital and you need to disinfect a wound.
Yeah.
This is so when you are working and you kind of get cut or something. Here, this you just rub it.
Okay, like I was cut here.
Oh yes, we could easily.
We should do that.
That's the kind of treatment we're talking about.
Okay, we'll
So
do
this-
that later. Let us
Yes.
first of
The
all
iodine
learn.
that you use in hospital, that's it.
Mm.
And this thing, like I use it because of the time when
This
we're-
is the tree, the iodine tree,
yes, this is the iodine.
with a red flower.
Very beautiful flower, by the way.
Extracted
Okay.
iodine from.
Okay.
And so I was working and I got cut and I just rubbed this
Okay.
and it helps to stop the bleeding
Ah,
very, very quickly.
Okay.
You know, and of
And
course it
disinfects
disinfects the
also.
wound.
Ah, very good. Okay.
And so here we've got mangoes,
Yes.
we've got pomegranate.
Okay.
And the pomegranate, you know, is one of the most expensive fruits.
I know. In the supermarket, they cost
Very,
an arm and a leg.
Very expensive. And so not a very common fruit grown in this part of the world.
Yeah.
And we even used to refer to it as odumbu aindi, which is the
Wahindi
maize.
is wheat.
Mahindi
Yeah,
is
the
maize.
Oh, okay.
And so most people did grow it, but it's highly profitable.
Okay.
And it does well around here.
Okay.
You know?
And grows actually very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Another tree which is useful for yet another purpose, which we'll talk about, is this one, which is called moringa in Kikuyu.
This is
but
the
it's
moringa.
called- not moringa.
Moringa.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one is
there's
Cordia-
moringa and moringa.
Yes,
Okay.
and I'll show you both of them. So this one is Cordia africana.
Okay.
Now, Cordia africana is very useful because of
Oh.
biomass.
Okay.
It produces a lot of leaves at any one time.
Oh, these ones are
yeah.
put in the compost.
Exactly. So in this place, we do a lot of composting
Oh, okay.
Harvesting, yeah.
and harvesting the compost.
Okay.
And so for us, when we sweep, we actually don't call it sweeping, we are harvesting.
Oh, okay.
So we harvest
You
the
harvest these and then put them in the compost.
In the compost.
Exactly.
If we
And,
have
uh,
enough time, we might see.
As we walk around, we'll see where it has
Okay.
used for benefit. So
Okay.
talking about the aesthetics, this is Scaphlera.
Uh-huh.
Hilda might be able to say more about this Scaphlera plant.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing to say much about it. It just grew, you know, it grew and it kept growing, and we realized actually it needed support. So we
It grew on
supported
its
it.
own.
No, we planted it.
Oh, you planted
We
it.
planted it.
Okay.
And then it just went, you know.
Yeah, I
started
can see
growing.
it is supported
then
here
we
and it is
supported
growing.
The first one, and then it
Oh.
just went on. We supported
It's
the
continuing.
second one.
Okay.
So we just let it, you know, form
Ah,
some kind
yes.
of a.
It's
It's a
good.
kind of sculpting.
It's good
That's
aesthetics.
natural.
Good aesthetics. You can see the other one over there is just beginning.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. There's another one over there.
You know, so there's a sculpting that goes on.
Okay, okay.
So,
Very good.
This part, basically, like you see, it's around the house.
Yeah.
A lot of emphasis on fruit trees and aesthetics and the works.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we turn to this place,
Okay.
now we've got what we call Magod forest.
Over here.
Now, again, an integral part of the Aboretum,
Okay.
because here we've got a huge mix of different types of trees.
Mm-hmm.
But the story around Magode forest is there's a friend of ours called Magode Ekuya, who comes from a place in Uganda, eastern Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we are both plant lovers. So we went on a trip to Tanzania, brought back some flowers and trees, and then he fell sick. So he wasn't able to get to Uganda
Okay.
with his trees.
Okay.
And so we planted them and we said,
Oh, you
"Name
planted
the
them here.
forest."
Oh,
So we
okay.
named the forest
So these
Magode.
trees belonged to
So
Magode.
some of them.
Some of
We
them.
added them over time.
Okay.
Got some trees. We also got some trees.
So
an
you
important thing-
do you travel so much looking for these
We
trees?
do, yes.
Every place
And
you go, you
everywhere
get.
we go, we try
We
and get
live with
trees.
something.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So for Magode Ekuye, the idea that we got is that we can actually commemorate events using trees and plants. And if you think about it from a traditional sense, you'll always find a certain bush or a certain tree which is named after someone and it has a history behind it.
Okay.
So that's why we talk about the story of Magod.
Magod, yes.
Because then that's his story.
Okay.
So here we can just go through.
Let's go through here and see.
We've got Terminalia indica,
Mkwaju, tamarind. Okay.
We've got Zamba.
Here, you need to taste this.
Yeah, the leaf, huh?
On the
Have you
leaf.
ever tried the leaves, by the way?
Just chew it.
Ah.
Yeah, just chew it. People think it's the fruit only, but the leaf also can be used for
Wow.
garnishing and cooking and your
Yeah,
salads.
Yeah.
Harriet, if you are watching, Ukwaju is here.
Kwaju
The
is here.
leaves
And
also
not
very
just the
Yeah.
fruit, the leaves too.
Mm.
And this
Very
is another
tasty
one.
actually. Huh?
This is another one which can be used for, the name is garnishing. Eh?
Garnishing.
This one is
Garnishing and seasoning. That's there. Do you
The curry.
very nice taste.
Curry.
It's
shrimp.
like
Chevda.
chevda, yes.
That's
Oh, okay,
chevda.
okay.
Nice. Where you put it?
So-
So this is the curry tree.
Yes, you need to have this outside your kitchen because it flavors food very well.
Harriet, you have had.
And then again,
You have
like what
heard
you're
from
asking
Hilda.
about where to plant trees. Right next to the kitchen, you've got all your
The
condiments.
curry trees.
The curry tree, the
Ukwaju is here.
You've got
Now I get it.
you've got leeks over there.
You've
You've
got
got
herbs.
some of the herbs
All
of
right.
the herbs are
And what do you have here?
strategically.
What is
This
this?
is coming up. It's a work in progress.
Work in progress.
So there will be, we'll put some soil in there. Something will be
We'll
grown.
probably put
Okay.
some ornamental plant,
Okay.
yeah, in here so that we can add
Oh.
color to the forest. So
All right, all right.
yeah, so it's work in progress.
But an
Okay.
important thing is to notice the recycling of the tire,
Uh-huh.
because they'll use that, and you'll see many more of it. Because what you do is that instead of some of these things just being thrown away,
Mm.
what we're doing is that we're kind of reusing them.
Oh, okay.
And the stones also, we've got lots of stones in this.
Oh, okay.
This
So the
compound.
stones are just to
Yeah.
beautify the place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So to lift up the tire, and then tire is going to be in the middle, and you can plant
Okay.
something.
So this is the moringa.
Oh, moringa. The moringa, you know.
This is the moringa that you know.
Yeah.
Mor-
Going to
Yeah.
for a healthier one.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have kind of come through some serious drought,
Yeah.
and so moringa oleifera runs it.
There we are. Okay, okay. Let's go on.
Yeah. So this Malabar chestnut.
Uh-huh.
We have got some mangoes there.
Uh-huh. Jacaranda tree.
Loquat,
Okay.
banana fruit,
Okay.
breadfruit. And then
What is this?
This is called the breadfruit.
Oh, breadfruit.
It's a breadfruit which
Okay.
is kind of like in the same family with jackfruit.
Mm.
Produces a very, very sweet
Okay.
fruit. Kind of like round, not like the jackfruit.
Okay.
And then right next to it is got
This one I
very,
know.
very important.
This one I know.
Yes.
This one is the Prunus africana.
Prunus africana.
Yeah, I am right.
Now this is a very important tree for all men.
I know, I know. I've been chewing. I have it at home.
Chewing it.
I've been chewing like this.
Yes.
I remove this and
You
I
don't
chew.
even need to remove those.
Mm.
That is actually what you just dropped. Potent.
Me, I was chewing like Mira.
Like Mira. No, the leaves are good.
Okay.
The leaves are good.
Oh, the leaves are good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can even make a tea out of it.
It's good for men, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. For
Does it
prevention
increase
of enlarged prostate.
testosterone?
Mm.
For enlarged prostate.
Okay.
And so this is scientifically proven very good for enlarged
I've been
prostate.
trying the leaves. Now I'll be eating my
Oh
leaves.
no, don't throw the leaves.
Okay, okay.
So
Like a tea with the leaves.
lemon, jackfruit,
Okay.
mulberry,
Oh.
and so basically around this place, it's just a combination of different kind of trees. Because
Okay.
as an arboretum, what we do is that we're trying to move people away from monoculture.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of forestry
Have one
programs,
species.
they put one species, and trees do not survive.
Which
that.
tree is this one?
This is called the African wild olive. They call it wild olive.
Okay.
Olea europaea.
I planted
Olea
it.
Africa.
I planted it next to my brother's house, but I didn't know what it is.
Oh, it's a wonderful tree.
Okay.
It's a wonderful tree. It's a very good tree. It is also medicinal. It is used in the treatment of high blood pressure.
Ah.
Yeah, this one.
I didn't know, and I have it at home.
Oh, so you've got dawa.
We have another sitting place here.
Then this is another sitting place.
Okay.
Here.
Another chill place where, again, you can benefit from...
Obi calls it a chill place.
Yeah.
Guys, let us chill a
So
bit.
you can chill. And
Okay.
importantly, as you relax and chill,
Yeah.
you know, you can... Oh, that's great.
cherry.
Jamaican cherry.
Ah,
It is a very
You
sweet.
can come and talk about it.
okay. This one, yeah.
This Jamaican cherry.
Okay.
Let JP taste that.
Is it a fruit?
Yes.
Oh my God. Taste it.
This is Jamaican cherry, guys. Let's see.
Just pop it into your mouth.
Thing.
Very sweet.
Muntinja calabura. The Muntinja calabura grows very fast. This tree that you can see, it has fruited. As you can see,
Okay.
this thing is about 6 months old.
Oh, this one here.
About 6 months old. We'll probably get the fruits from the other side. You can see
Okay.
it there.
And you have
Now
some
this
seedlings of this?
Yes, we do.
that we do,
have.
yes.
Ah, okay.
Now,
And there are many, and they are very sweet.
it's a most amazing plant because it grows very fast. So sometimes people ask for trees and they're looking for
Thank you,
trees that
thank
are
you.
fast growing, you know. And this is an example of fast growing tree.
Bread tree.
Now, this one is Melia zediract. Melia zediract is also used for the treatment of malaria.
Okay.
It is a very, very powerful medicine. In a lot of places, people mistake it for marubaine, which is...
Yeah, actually it looks like
they look the
marubaine.
same, but they're kind of... When you look at them together, you look...
So this is called the...
Melia azediract,
Uh-huh.
and the other one is Azadiracta indica.
Oh, so this
Neem.
is not marubaine.
So this is not neem.
Okay.
Yes.
I've seen it severally and I thought it was neem.
No, it is not.
Okay. Thank you.
Nurseries,
Yeah.
they'll sell you this one.
Uh-huh.
If you do not know.
If you don't
this
know
as
them, tell you,
Morabaine.
because this one is a
But do they do the
grows
same thing?
easily. Yes, but of
but
course
Morabaine is probably
the neem
more.
tree is a lot more.
Yeah.
But it's not indigenous. This is indigenous.
Oh, okay.
But the neem tree is highly medicinal,
Uh-huh.
and hence the name Marubaine.
Oh,
And so it's good to have both of them.
Okay.
But to know the difference is important.
okay.
Yeah.
Me, I would like to get a tree like this. This.
Oh, this one.
With
I think
very
we
nice.
need, some in
You
the
said
nursery.
it's called cherry what?
Jamaica cherry.
Jamaican cherry. Very nice. Okay. I think we can move on.
Now this one is a fig tree,
Hmm.
and you know that in almost
Right
all,
in the middle of the chill place.
exactly. Now in almost all African cultures,
Okay.
the fig is usually considered to be a sacred.
No, it's okay. So
It's
let
considered
it
to be
stay
a
there.
sacred tree.
I'm also waiting
Now,
to breathe.
growing here,
Uh-huh.
we imagine that in maybe something like 50, 60, 70, maybe 100 years, it would be a big tree,
Okay.
and under it, people would be able to sit,
Oh.
and maybe they'll be able to say it's the fig tree Ngao Kajokoby. Because like you find in many places you have ngop ngeso, ngop whatever, different trees, and especially fig trees, which are named after people.
Oh, okay.
So they have some kind of historicity
I,
to it.
I would suggest you name this after yourselves.
We can name it after you, JP.
Let's name it but after you first. Next time I come here, I would like to see this.
Now there's the combination of flowers around the
Okay,
chill
okay.
place. because
Very
of
nice
the
chill
aesthetics.
place, yeah.
But apart from that, then we've got this guy
Uh-huh.
who's
Yeah.
called the tree
This
spinach.
is this the one we found there?
No,
This is a different one.
this is different.
This is not the quinine whatever.
That one is over
The
there. If you
iodine
look at
tree.
that one, you can see
Ah,
they
oh,
look different.
oh, okay.
Iodine.
What is this one here?
This one
spinach.
is actually the tree spinach,
Hmm.
but it's very good medicine
Ah,
also for
okay,
elevated blood
okay,
pressure.
okay.
You just chop it up,
Hmm.
mix it with the spinach, and eat it as a vegetable.
Do you guys get sick here? I don't think so. Anyway, you'll answer me off camera.
Yeah, so here,
I know this one.
this is Zamba.
Zamba.
But you know that's also Zamba.
Oh,
But
a
they're different.
Ah,
But they're different
This
types
one here?
of Zamba. You
and
know?
then That
there's
one.
this one here.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
diversity is one of those things that we try to do. And
Okay.
So, you know, the different ones. And then this one is called sangla.
This tree here.
Now this one, you could even taste the leaves. It's
I'm going to test so many trees
you're going to
today.
taste a lot of leaves,
Yeah.
but it's got a peppermintish kind of, and people use it. You can use it for brushing your teeth. It's very good for oral hygiene.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is very minty.
it's got a
Tree.
Very minty and
yeah.
nice.
So toothbrush.
Toothbrush tree, guys.
This one here is called Xanthoxylum gileti. Now Xanthoxylum gileti, very very highly medicinal. The leaves can make a tea, which is good for different ailments, which we won't describe here. But for toothache, for example. Now the bark, when it is mature, the bark is very good dawa for the throat.
Oh, for the throat.
Yes.
Okay.
It is one of those trees which are slowly getting extinct. So having it is very important
Okay.
to grow it. Yeah.
Ah, very good.
Xanthoxylum gileti, we call it sogomaita.
Okay.
Now, behind us here, this one we call rayudi.
Rayudi.
Yeah. Now, this plant has a very interesting story. We went to a nursery and we were asking some muse who runs the nursery. We're looking for indigenous trees. Tell us this one is very good. He happens to come from Luyaland. So he told us, I can't remember his name right now, but this one, we planted in the homestead to protect the homestead. So
Okay.
protect it from Abantu Balosi and all these other kind of...
Our are witches. Witches. Okay.
And so immediately we decided, no, we are going to buy it. And so we bought 2 of them and we came and planted them, of course.
So definitely you are protected.
Now the interesting thing is that they say that when you have it in your compound, if someone comes into your compound with a bad intention, they just come and they see nothing. The compound, they will not be able to see anything.
Okay.
Or even thieves when you protect your livestock.
Okay.
Now the problem is that when somebody comes to your compound with a bad intention and they don't see anything, they have to come back later and confess. That they
It
did-
makes them
that
confess.
that it worked.
Now that you can see it, that means you
now-
have no
now
bad
it means that
intention.
you've got no bad
Okay.
intention.
That is very interesting. Okay. If they come, they won't see.
They won't see anything.
Okay.
They just see a plain piece
Oh,
of
this
land.
is more work
These
in
are the more
progress.
The aesthetics of playing around the tires
Okay.
with different
Yeah,
plants.
you can actually recycle the tires that
And
way.
what we're actually also doing is to control, there's a bit of runoff that comes down this way.
Oh.
So we are putting this to kind of block so that when the water is running off, it can go deep into the ground.
Okay.
So you've got right there behind you some meru oak.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Meru oak. This is a big tree. It becomes very big.
It's a big tree, comes very big,
Ah.
just like these other ones here.
Okay.
So around here, you notice there are quite a number of trees that become big because further away from the house,
Ah, yes.
you're able to allow them to do their thing.
Okay, okay.
This one here,
Uh-huh.
Mr. JP, is a baobab.
This is a baobab.
Buyu.
Buyu. Buyu is growing here.
Buyu is growing here. We've
Oh,
got 2 of
baobab
them.
tree. Okay.
Got another one right there.
Okay. Bigger than this.
Johnsonia digitata.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
So this one is much bigger.
Baobab tree is growing here, guys.
Now in
You can
400 years, we will probably be here holding hands around it when it's got a huge
Yeah, trunk. Okay.
So whoever it is who will be around after 400 years, one day you might just see some elders holding on to this trunk. We're just proving that it's grown tall.
So this area further from the house, I can see bigger and bigger trees.
much bigger trees.
Okay.
yes. And so apart from, earlier on you asked how long this has been here. These are some of the few indigenous trees that we found in this place. The
Okay. The acacia.
And the acacias, there are different types of acacia. We've got acacia tortilis,
Okay.
xanthopolea, different acacias, because acacias are also becoming rare. Because people love them because of charcoal. They
Oh,
produce
okay.
very good maca.
Okay.
So in a lot of places, we are trying to encourage people.
They are
to
becoming
plant
extinct.
Acacia. They're becoming extinct.
This one here is the acacia tree.
Now,
So how
something-
many varieties of acacia do you have here?
We've got about 5 different
Oh.
types of acacia. There are some on the other side, which
Okay.
you'll be able to see.
Okay.
But another thing that we usually do with trees is we always encourage trees to carry something else.
Oh,
Now this thing that this tree is carrying here is called the oyster nut,
okay.
kweme in Kiswahili.
Oh,
Now the oyster nut, you can see
oh, there is another one.
right now most of the fruits
Okay.
have fallen and have been harvested.
Oh, it is a fruit tree then. A fruit,
It produces a fruit.
Actually,
a climber which produces nuts.
Yes.
Okay. So the nuts,
The nuts.
how do you
it
get them
grows into
from
some
there?
kind of like a pumpkinish kind of thing,
Ah.
and when it is ready, it falls.
Oh,
And then you just collect it from the ground and you get the seeds from inside it.
wow.
it's very well protected actually.
Yeah.
It's got layers. So before you get
Yeah.
to the nut, you have to really open it up. So
Okay.
it can be on the ground for almost like 2-3 weeks
Oh,
and it will still be fine.
okay. And
So-
how often do they fruit?
Oh, it takes about 2 years before it starts fruiting.
Okay.
Then after it starts
So this
fruiting-
is just riding on
Oh,
this
it's just
occasion.
right. Yeah. So that's what we do. So we put kweme or we put passion,
Okay.
which also then just goes up and
Ah,
grabs the top
alright,
of the tree. So the
alright.
tree is not just standing there doing nothing.
Okay.
It is supporting something else.
Oh,
This is the white supporter.
okay.
Uh,
Why is
the
supporter?
white supporter is
A fruit.
yeah, it's a fruit tree. And
Okay.
there with the broad leaves over there is
Okay.
a Caribbean supporter.
Oh, okay.
So we've got the white supporter here, which is indigenous, and that one there is a Caribbean.
Surprisingly, I have this.
You
I've
have the
eaten
white
some
supporter.
fruits, but I didn't know
Very
what.
sweet.
Very sweet with a hard nut. inside.
Yes.
I have
Very
eaten this. I
Birds
have it in
love
my
it.
compound.
And bats love it.
Okay.
Yeah. Both.
Oh, oh.
Yes.
So
Now-
those ones which I find down are eaten by bats.
You find, and if you look at it, you'll find some
It's
claw
eaten,
marks.
yeah.
It's eaten by bats or
Oh,
birds.
okay.
But mostly birds.
Oh,
Now
okay.
this,
Uh-huh.
I'd like you to taste this,
Uh-huh.
but you have to have like a warning before that it's.
Then I must test just a bit of it. What is this?
It is called Wabuja ugandensis. Wabuja ugandensis.
It's
It's a
very
bit
strong.
curly.
It is very curly, not a bit. Not a bit. It's very curly. What does it
But
treat?
Wabuja ugandensis is very good medicine.
He's saying a bit. It's a good medicine for. No, this one you need to get used. What does it
This
treat?
is very good medicine for stomach,
Okay.
for stomach ailments.
Oh,
You know, traditionally it was used for treating stomach ailments. you know.
okay, okay.
But if we just sort out your mouth, it's
That thing is curly. It's very bitter.
tamarind.
This is tamarind
that,
ya
yeah.
ukwaju.
Yeah, just chew that as you do.
At least
It'll fix the taste.
that one has numbed my. What is it used for?
This one is used for treating stomach ache.
Mm.
And if you've got a bloated stomach, like when you've eaten something and you feel your stomach is bloated,
Yeah.
you just boil a bit of the leaves and you drink it, and in 10 or so minutes,
Okay.
you'll be fine.
Okay.
You know, so it's very good. You know. So,
I should bring one of my brothers here, David. He likes such things, and we call him the herbalist.
so this marks, this is where Magod forest is.
Oh, Magode, that was Magode
That is
forest.
Magod forest. Now here
Mm.
we have Opuk forest.
Okay.
Now
Opuk Jakinda.
Jakinda, which means
That is the name.
The tortoise is a persistent.
Mhm.
Now there's a friend of ours, a Dutch fellow, who praises himself. He calls himself Opuk Jakinda. He speaks a bit of Luo,
Oh, okay.
so he calls himself Opuk Jakinda.
That is his nickname.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
praise name. And he loves trees.
Ah.
So he goes to Kakamega forest, different places, and he used to bring us trees. So we decided to dedicate this part.
Oh, this is his forest.
This is his forest. now.
Oh, okay.
So what we do here, the process we're doing here is what we call rewilding.
Mm-hmm.
Now with rewilding, what you do basically is you try and let the forest uninterfered with.
Okay.
You want to see what will happen to the piece of land. Now this piece of land was completely bare.
Ah,
Because
okay.
at one time we used to have some goats and sheep and everything, so they had grazed it to the ground. So when we fenced it and we planted trees on it, you can see how it's changing. You know, come and see, because
Okay.
I want you to capture this because it's
Yeah.
very rare
Okay.
to see that flower.
Okay. So this is, you said recycling?
Rewilding.
Rewilding.
Yes.
Okay.
So the idea is to let